So a few weeks ago, I posted a video about the fact that I didn't go to university, and that video got a lot of views and a lot of people were asking me what did I do in those 3 years when I wasn't at university getting a degree. So this video is where we're going to give those answers. And if you're only interested in a specific aspect of that, I will leave timestamps in the description in case you want to just skip to a specific topic within that. And a few disclaimers before we start. Firstly, I obviously can't cover absolutely everything I did in the 3 years. I don't remember everything. There might be details missed out. It's just a very big topic, but I'll hopefully cover as much as I can. And also, I can only really talk about my experiences, my opinions, and the specific courses that I was looking at and did actually apply for within universities. So other people will have different thoughts and different experiences, and obviously everything will work out differently for different people. But firstly, I think my goals for not going to university were very different to a lot of other people's, because a lot of other people are doing it to improve their career progression and to start a career earlier than after they finish university and after they've graduated. But for me personally, I wanted to train still. I wanted to improve my acting, but doing a drama degree, I didn't want just like 9 hours of lessons. I wanted to have more control over what training I took, and I wanted to get the kind of training that I would feel would benefit me the most. And I was training and still am training to do acting, so I took classes in acting, singing, dance, and I also did various different courses that I thought would benefit my career. Like at the National Youth Theatre, I did a course in facilitation, so I could facilitate and teach various different acting workshops. I did training in safeguarding, and also I went to a weekly Spanish group, which I feel like obviously I could have trained in a lot of these different things at university, but not going to university pushed me to find the best options for me and like pushed me to do these things. So I feel like Spanish wouldn't have been such a big focus if I went to university. Like there would have been probably ways that I could have still learnt Spanish, but I feel like now it's such a big part of my life, and I've been able to see people who are actually native Spanish speakers and speak with them a bit. So it's been really useful and it's really had quite a big impact on my life, and I feel like not having the structure of university has pushed me to try new things and do new things. And also I have trained at some quite big name industry respected places within acting, because I auditioned for and got a place in the monthly group at Nottingham's Television Workshop. So training there and training at the National Youth Theatre, which I also had to audition for, I feel like is useful, and you can get a big name qualification and big name training from a university, but I do often think that it is the name that gets opportunities. I've also done a variety of different performing experiences, like I did a community panto, I performed in the opening ceremony for the Commonwealth Games, and also I did 2 different music videos. And work-wise, when I actually reflect, I feel like I've had some such great cool opportunities and different jobs. Like I've had the opportunity to perform. I was the Sea Witch at the Sea Life Centre for a month, so being able to do that really allowed me to work with the script, work with my improvisation skills, and it just taught me a lot being able to do that. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I was at a university, and I wouldn't have really thought about doing that if I was at a university because I wouldn't have had the time to do it. And I've also done extra work, and I've done extra work for ITV and the BBC, so I've had the opportunity to be on set for both, and I've done quite a lot of days of that kind of work. But then also, for full transparency, there are a lot of people who do that kind of work who are students as well. Like it's quite a good student job because you can just put your availability and like apply for those kind of extra work days on the days when you're not at uni or something. I also did maternity leave cover as publicity coordinator for a charity project, which I feel like was really interesting, and being able to work for a charity really teaches you a lot, I think, about life and the world. And I think it just, like, not to get all profound and everything, but I feel like it has changed me a little bit as a person and made me more aware of what other people go through. And I think it's just a really interesting kind of area to work in. And I also have a 0-hour contract as a theatre technician, so I've worked on the get-ins and get-outs for big shows and big tours, and I've done dressing, and I've trained in a few different areas, and I feel like that's the kind of job that people, when they hear I do it, are quite interested in the fact that I've done that kind of work. So I feel like I've had the opportunity to do some quite unique jobs and gain a lot of experiences because I have done quite a lot of different jobs. But I've seen a lot of other people have taken a more getting into work straight away focus rather than the training aspect, and they've done quite well in their careers. Like, there are many different apprenticeship opportunities, and then they're earning quite a high wage after the 3 years when they would have gone to university. Or if you take a junior position in certain organisations, then you have an opportunity to progress and move up various different roles. And I know people who have done that, who have started in a junior position, and by the time their friends are graduated or in the few years after they've graduated, they're earning a lot more than their friends are. But then also there are graduate jobs that can earn quite a lot as well. I think when I take the time to actually think about all the different things that I've done, it feels like I've done quite a lot, but I think sometimes it's easy to forget that, because I think lots of people will tell me, to be honest, I'm not trying to be like, oh, everyone thinks I'm doing great, but some people have said that I've had some great opportunities for my age. But then also, I think it's a bit difficult because, like, I've done short contract work, and then it feels always quite overwhelming trying to find more work after that, and you can get in your own head about that and feel like maybe you've made some bad decisions and maybe you should have gone to university. Like, you can spiral and question every single life decision you've made leading up to that. But I think I do know a lot of graduates who have struggled to find work as well, because I think the job application process is just quite difficult, and also a lot of jobs that I've done, I have been working alongside people who have degrees, so I can get the same work that some people are doing after they've been to university. So by the end of the 3 years when I would have got a degree, I actually signed with an agent, which is what I would have been working towards doing if I was training at a university. And I feel like drama school is quite different because that's like a full-time training experience in order to get a degree, and I feel like that comes along with sometimes having a big name alongside it if you go to a big drama school. So I think that would be beneficial, and the contacts from that would be beneficial. But I think personally for me, I didn't want to go to a university drama course, and I know a lot of people that works for them, but I feel like personally I didn't really want the low hours and the debt. And I could always go to drama school later on, because a lot of people come back to that kind of acting training once they've got a bit more life experience and experience in the industry. So that's always an option. Or I could get a degree in something else if I want to train in something else as well. But I feel like personally, career-wise, from what I was setting out to do, I did get an agent. And also, when I was leaving sixth form, I was getting an audition like very, very rarely. Like, once every few months I was managing to get myself an audition. But now I'm in the professional audition room more than I ever have. I wanted to be able to be seen for things and get in the audition room, and that's what I've been able to do without a degree. I think mentally as well, it was a challenge that I really wanted to take on, because I felt like lots of the drama degree courses that I was applying for at universities that I got offered places on didn't feel right to me. So I didn't want to do something that didn't feel right. I wanted to push myself to find the right training options for me, and I think it's empowered me to constantly be thinking, what's next, and then I'm constantly finding the right path and the right route that's right for me. And also, being honest, I do sometimes feel like I haven't proven my intelligence to other people academically, because I've not gone and got a degree and gone that kind of academic route. But then I do know that I got good grades at my GCSEs and all of that. And also, I don't think I should be living my life trying to prove myself to other people. And there are so many different ways that I could prove that. Like, I'm learning a language, I'm doing lots of different things, and I think university is not what it was. It's now become the main route and the route that a lot of people take, and it's just so expensive, it's a lot of debt, and it just takes up a lot of years of your life. So I'm glad to have had the opportunities to decide where I want to train, who I want to train with in acting, and all of that, and be able to make those decisions for myself and push myself to do something that at first felt a bit uncomfortable and a bit scary. If anyone has any experiences or thoughts on this topic that they'd like to share in the comments, then please do, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!